We are back. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, has it been a month? It hasn't been a month, right? Not a month. 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Anyway, today we're gonna be talking about whether or not Bonney would be joining the Revolutionaries or will she be joining the Strawhats. It's a simple One Piece video. Yeah, it's just gonna be straightforward, straight to the point. I'm a little tired today. But anyway, let's just get straight to it. And what we're going to be talking about is Jewelry Bonnie and where the future lies for her in One Piece. So, the first thing I want to talk about, which is the easiest thing to talk about, is Bonnie joining the Revolutionaries. For me, there's not a lot for me to go off of in my personal experience of reading to say that there's so much for Bonnie to do with the Revolutionaries. The only thing that I can see, which is for her character, is if Kuma dies here, which he more than likely is going to. If Kuma dies here, Bonnie would then join the footsteps of her father and find her newfound family. And so, what that does is it allows Bonnie to have a more front seat approach to taking on the world government with the family of Kuma. And I think that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is an opportunity. But where I lead towards is not the Revs, because I think in essence, even her age, although something is off about Straw Hats having someone who's like a kid basically on there. But semantics, it's okay. Well, now is it really okay? Anyway, the point is that I personally think that Bonnie should join the Straw Hats. And one of the reasons why is because Bonnie's powers revolve around Luffy. Well, to be more specific, Nika. And because of her idolization, I can't use words today. Because of her idolization of Luffy, if anything, her having faith in Nika and not having faith in changed her powers drastically. She went from being able to do this giant punch to not doing a punch at all, and basically turning into like a little kid. And that's very important to the story because in essence, her looking for Nika gives Bonnie someone to look up to, aka Luffy. In addition, it also gives Luffy more of a motivation to find out who exactly Nika is or who exactly Joy Boy is, and that's with the Giants and that's with Bonnie. That's with Kuma showing the same thing to Bonnie. That it's there's so much character development and like layers for Bonnie to join the Straw Hats as opposed to the Revolutionaries. Kuma's dying wish could be that he wants her to go see Nika or travel with Nika and follow him, and therefore by proxy following Luffy, and therefore they travel the world together and eventually will face the government head on. And so joining the Res, she'll do the same thing, but also I feel like joining the Straw Hats would be a much better compelling story. Now, if Oda ends up having Bonnie join the Revolutionaries and that's where her story stops, I think that it's a little bit of a missed opportunity if that's where he stops it because he can keep it going. Because then we can have Luffy, Bonnie. If Saturn does not die here, we can have Luffy or Bonnie taking on Saturn with somebody else. There's so many avenues you can take with Bonnie in terms of the Straw Hats, and so the fact that she's chasing Nika and her powers revolve around Luffy, I can only imagine that Bonnie's utility or even her powers, or even her capabilities, are only going to be maximized when she's with Luffy and not anyone else. And that's definitely a big part of why I think Bonnie should be in the Straw Hats as opposed to the Revolutionaries. Now, that doesn't mean that Dragon can't do what Dragon does, which is for some reason create warriors, but we have no idea because all he does is turn west or east. Which way? Which direction did he say? It's not the point. The point is that Bonnie, at the age that she's at, now has a conflicting story. She has a tragic backstory, which every single Straw Hat has. And that's something that I realized that out of everyone else we've always thought to be a Straw Hat, she's the one that has, I guess, the Straw Hat schematic. You got the crazy tragic backstory, and you have the goal. And I think once we finish Egghead, Bonnie will have her tragic backstory, and then she'll have a goal. And what better way to incorporate that than to be a Straw Hat? We have Robin, we have Sanji, we have Usopp, Zoro, Chopper, Brook, we have Luffy, and Jinbei. We have people who fit with Bonnie's crowd, and Bonnie can find a home with the Straw Hats, and that can also be her newfound family. And instead of it being her father's family, it would be her own journey. But it would be something like a her father's send off. Like, this is what I've always wanted to show you, was this guy who is the embodiment of freedom, and so I want you to join him and follow him, as opposed to I want you to join my family. And so I think that's one of the more compelling stories that Oda can tell with Bonney, and that's pretty much it. Bonney, even though she's 12, the what she's been through already and the interaction she's had with the Straw Hats, I think it gives her a lot of grounds to be a Straw Hat, more so than Yamato, more so than Vivi, more so than other people that we wanted to be Straw Hats. Even Carrot. Well, I take that back. I don't know about Carrot. Carrot needed to be a Straw Hat. This is a missed opportunity. But it's okay. Oda knows what he's doing. He's playing 5D chess. I'm only playing 4D. It is what it is. But I say that to say, Bonnie needs to join the Straw Hats. And once we see the end of this Egghead art, I I can only imagine. And hopefully Oda takes the route where Bonnie becomes a Straw Hat. This is TVG. Quick video for you. I'll be back sooner than you think. Not 2 weeks though. Y'all be easy.